All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us today. My name is Mark Bolger. I'm the Director of Sales for Life and Final Expense here at Pinnacle Financial. Just wanted to put some of my contact info up. You can always reach me here at 800-772-6881. My direct extension is 7705. And then my email address is mbolger@pfsinsurance.com in case you ever need to get a hold of me. And today we're going to actually go over the new eApp that Transamerica has finally released. I guess better late than never. And just going to kind of go over, how to access the eApp. You can do it right through Pinnacle's website, or you just go right over to Transamerica's website. Doesn't matter, but just going to kind of review how to access that, and then go over a couple of the product features, and hopefully everybody will be on their way and can start writing some Transamerica Final Expense business through their eApp system. So we'll get started here. Just going to keep you guys for a couple minutes. It's going to be pretty short and brief, but any questions that you guys have, like I said, you can certainly give me a call or shoot me an email here, and I will send everybody a copy of this presentation by the end of the day today. So, all right, well, let's get started. Just a little bit about Pinnacle Financial Services and who we are. We are located up in Warminster, Pennsylvania, just a little bit outside of Philadelphia. We are a national brokerage/FMO. We are licensed in all 50 states to do business. So, no matter where you are, we can certainly get you contracted with some of our products. And speaking of products, these are just a list of some of the products that we sell here. We do fixed, index, and immediate annuities. We do universal life, index universal life, single premium life, whole life, final expense life, term life, long-term care, and Medicare. So if you are interested in any of those other products besides the final expense, you can always reach out to us and we'll get you over to a sales director to get you set up. Okay, our website. For those of you who are not familiar with it, you can reach us at www.pfsinsurance.com. It's obviously available 24/7, and it's basically like the central hub for where you can go and either quote products. You can download paper applications. You can access eApps from various carriers, and we have tons of resources available, such as like discounted CE credits, discounted E&O. We try and keep up to date with all the current life, annuity, and long-term care, final expense, Medicare, any news that's going on across the industry. We're going to keep that on our website. And mainly, like I said, you can quote all of the products, whether it's final expense or if it's Medicare or long-term care, annuities, life insurance. You can do it all right through our website. So if you're not familiar with that, certainly put that up in your browser. And if you're not contracted with us, you can actually get a temporary login that'll last for about a week or so. And this way you can kind of play around with our website and get familiar with it. Okay. We also do paperless contracting. So the only paperwork that you'll ever have to fill out is your initial onboarding contract. It's about 7 or 8 pages. And then once you submit it to us, we have all of your information to get you contracted with any of the carriers that we offer. Now, we have over 130 companies, so quite a few to choose from. So, if you're initially getting contracted with us and you fill out maybe like 5 carriers that you want to get set up with, it doesn't limit you to just those 5 carriers. You can come back in, a couple weeks, couple months and say, hey, I want to get appointed with XYZ company. All you got to do is just give us a call or shoot us an email. We have all your information saved here. We can push that contract out in the same day just to make your life a little bit easier. Okay. And don't forget about our Pinnacle mobile quoting app that you can download right from the App Store. If you use an iPhone or if you use an Android, you can get it on the Google Play Store. And this is basically like a little screenshot of what that looks like. Allows you to do, you basically quote any of our products on your mobile phone instead of having to go to our website. Just makes things a little bit easier for you. It's completely free to download. It's just going to send a request over to our home office here, and we approve it, and you'd be set up within minutes. So don't forget about that. All right, so just a little bit about Transamerica. I've updated a few little things here that they've since they came out with this eApp the other day, there's a couple things that I've kind of edited in here. So those of you who've been on my webinars before might have some of these same copies. I have updated these, so just make sure to update these for your files. So with Transamerica, their final expense product is called the Immediate Solution, and it's obviously an immediate death benefit. It's available for ages 0 to 85. The coverage is going to range from as little as $1,000 up to a maximum of $50,000, and that's just going to depend on the age of the insured. I have a whole chart and everything that I'll be sending everybody, which will have the face amount limits depending on the age of the client. Like I said, it's available for ages 0 to 85. No point of sale phone interview is required. This is a big one. A lot of times agents will call up and say, hey, what products do you have where my client doesn't have to do a phone interview? Transamerica is usually always the one that I'll recommend to do first. Now, one of the updates here is the height and weight restrictions. They now have height and weight restrictions for all ages. Before, it used to just be for ages 0 to 44 had height and weight requirements, and then clients between the ages of 45 and 85 did not have height and weight restrictions. So now, regardless of your client's age, 0 to 85, they are going to have those height and weight requirements. And like I said, I have the new updated brochure that I'll be able to send to everybody, which will have height and weight chart included in there. Okay. Now, this product is simplified issue underwriting. So what that means is that your client just has to answer a couple of yes/no health questions. Obviously, they want your client to answer no to as many as possible. But that is going to determine if they can get the preferred rating, the standard rating, or if it would be a graded modified issue with that. So very, very similar to most other final expense products out there. What's great about Transamerica's is that they offer the immediate full death benefit for several major health conditions. So if your client's an insulin-dependent diabetic, and they may have been turned down with some other carriers out there, Transamerica is very, very lenient with their with anybody who's an insulin-dependent diabetic. Another one is COPD. I get this all the time. Transamerica, to my knowledge, is the only company out there that will offer an immediate death benefit for somebody with COPD. Pretty much every other company I've dealt with will only offer like a graded modified plan for someone with COPD. So definitely keep that in mind. This is the pretty much the niche with Transamerica. Same thing with heart attack and stroke. They're only looking back like a year for that, whereas most other companies are looking back at least 2 years. So definitely keep that in mind. Transamerica pays out the same commissions for all ages. So 0 to 85, regardless of the age of your client, you are still going to get paid that, the same commission. So we start off at 115%, for the first year's commission, and they do offer 9-month advancing. So definitely ask us about that if you want to get set up with Transamerica. I know some other companies, like if your client was, let's say, between the ages of 81 and 85, they might only pay you like a portion of the commissions. So definitely keep that in mind as well. All ages, regardless, they will get that same commission. Now, this product definitely, it includes the accelerated death benefit rider and a nursing home confinement rider. It's included at no cost. Your client doesn't have to elect that. It's kind of just built into the product. So if they are diagnosed with, let's say, a terminal or chronic illness, they can accelerate that death benefit upwards of 50% to use, while they're still living, for hospital costs or household bills, etc. The nursing home confinement rider, what that means is if your client is confined to a nursing home, and I believe it's at least 90 days after they purchase the policy, then they can do the same thing. They can accelerate that death benefit, to use for, costs of the nursing home. As you can imagine, these can be pretty expensive. So definitely keep that in mind. Also, some additional riders that are available. Now, these are available for an extra cost. It's usually just a few dollars, but they have an accidental death benefit rider. It's usually going to be double the face amount if your client elects to do that. And if they, pass away due to accident, And then they also have a child/grandchild rider, which obviously is an extra cost. You can go up in units of about $5,000. I think the max is $10,000 with that. I'll have to double check, but yes, those are just a quick little overview of what the riders are and what's included and what is not. Just another overview. Here we have issue ages for the immediate solution, which is going to be their client's going to have to answer yes, no health questions. That's for 0 to 85, as I mentioned. These policies are paid up at age 121, so they're permanent policies as long as your client's paying, the monthly premium. They cannot be canceled. Face amount is never going to increase or decrease. Same thing with the premium amounts. So also they also have a 10-pay product. It basically is the same thing as the immediate solution, but it allows your client to pay off the policy in 10 years as opposed to paying for the rest of their life. And then this third one here is the easy solution. So that's just the graded death benefit. That's if your client, can't get through the health questions. You see that they answer yes to like the first couple, and on the application it actually says do not continue if any of these questions have been answered yes. Most of the time that they can qualify for that graded death benefit called the easy solution. Now that's only going to be available for ages 18 to 80. So if you have a client that's 84 years old and they're answering yes to a couple of those health questions, then they could potentially just get declined instead of a graded death benefit. Okay, the minimum death benefit, as I mentioned, is $1,000, and here is just a little chart with some of the maximum death benefits for the immediate solution and 10-pay solution, just based on the age of your client. So if they're from between the ages of 0 and 55, they can get a max of $50,000. If they're between the ages of 56 and 65, they can go for a max of $40,000. Ages 66 to 75 is $30,000. And then ages 76 to 85, they can get a max of $25,000. And then the maximum death benefit for the graded product, the easy solution, is $25,000. Okay. I just wanted to kind of look through that. Just kind of explains what the graded death benefit is. It's actually for the first 2 policy years, where if death occurs, then the client is just getting 110% return of premium. And year 3 going forward, any cause of death is, they're eligible for that full face amount there. Okay, and another great thing here, especially since they came out with the eApp, a lot of their businesses are going to be placed a lot quicker. Any of you who've done any paper apps with Transamerica in the past know that it can typically take anywhere from like 2 to 3 weeks to get issued. Very, very slow compared to some other companies. So they claim that this eApp is going to get things issued within 24 hours. So that's going to really speed up processing time. And I wanted to announce this cash bonus contest that Transamerica is offering from now until the end of the year. Like I said, it's going to be a lot easier to achieve this with the eApp available now. But here's just some of the qualifications here. In order to win first place, you can have a minimum place premium of $20,000, and that first place winner would win $10,000 in cash bonus. Second place through 5th place can each win up to $5,000, and that's if they have a minimum place premium of $10,000 from now until the end of the year. If you come in 6th through 10th place, they'll actually win up to $2,500, and then that's with a minimum place premium of $5,000. Okay, number 2 here, agents with more than 20 apps will win a $1,000 cash bonus, and any agent with 10 to 19 apps will win $500. Number 3 here, agents with more than 2 apps are entered into a drawing with 50 names will be drawn, with each of them winning a $100 Amazon gift card. And then anyone who wins, regardless if it's the first place or if it's just putting a couple apps through, you will be awarded a Transamerica logo T-shirt. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm going to switch over real quick to Pinnacle's website here. This is pfsinsurance.com. Just going to show you real quick how to run some quotes. This is just our main page. So once you're logged in, you could just go simply right over to quoting here. I want to click on final expense. And You just basically get a simple form like this. You can choose the state. I'll just keep it on Pennsylvania. And let's make this client, let's see, we'll make him 60 years old, male, non-tobacco. Let's do 10,000. And you have a couple different benefit choices that you can do here. For this instance, we want to choose level benefit, because that's going to give us the immediate coverage. But we also have the limited pay. That's where you can find the the 10-pay solution. And then we also have the graded modified, where you would see the easy solution show up. Access key, you can just leave that blank. That's for us here internally. Okay, and you would just click Get Quotes Now. And you see, we'll have all the companies, that your client can potentially qualify for. But in this case, we want to do Transamerica. We see that this is the immediate solution preferred. That's going to mean that he would have to answer no to every question on the application. If you scroll down here, you see that Transamerica has an immediate solution standard. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it's still an immediate death benefit. The standard allows for your client to answer one health question as a yes. And if they do so, then that's, this is the best, the best that they can get with Trans there. Let's say they want to do a 10-pay, or we want to see what those quotes look like. I can just click on limited pay here, and it's going to take me over here. Same thing, 10-pay solution. They have a preferred and a standard rating. Again, if your client opts to do this option, they would be paying $79.99 for the next 10 years, and then that policy would be all paid up in full, and they're still guaranteed that death benefit. Okay, and then let's say I want to check out what the graded price would be. I just simply change that to graded. And down here we have the easy solution, which is their graded product. If you click on this little icon here, this is actually going to show what that graded death benefit will be for the first 2 years. Okay, so I'm just going to go right back over to Pinnacle's website here and show you guys how to access the new eApp. So right from our main site, you just want to click over to Services, and you want to navigate down to Forms. Click this here, and you'll get a page that looks like this. So we don't want to be searching for the paper app here. So what we're going to do is we want to click on this iGo eApp tab and click Login, and it's automatically going to log you in, and it just take you to a page like this. You can start new case, or you can view any existing cases that you've done. In this case, we're just going to start new case, and we can put in our client's information here. Let's say their birthday was January 1st, 1959. It's going to populate their age in there for you. Let's just put male, and let's choose Pennsylvania. And then for product type, you'll see there's a whole bunch of them in here, but you want to choose the very last one, which is final expense. Okay, and you want to click Find Available Products. Boom, the only one here, so you don't have to navigate and look through all the different products and stuff from various companies. It's the only one that'll show up. Solutions Final Expense, and you simply just click Select here, and it's going to open up the first page of the electronic application. Now, since I am not an agent, I am just a marketer here, so this is logging in with my credentials. So, it's asking basically for my agent number, phone number, things like that. Any licensed agent that goes in this is going to have all that stuff kind of populated for them. So, since I don't submit business personally through this, you're only seeing kind of a portion of it here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you real quick over to Transamerica's website, because they have a nice little video that they came up with here, which walks you through the ins and outs of the eApp. So it's going to take a couple minutes. I think it's about 9 minutes long. So I'm going to start playing this now, and it's just going to walk you through all the various steps of the eApp. All right. Hopefully that little demo video from Transamerica helps out a lot. Like I said, I'll be sending everybody a copy of this presentation so they can have this for their files, which will include the video and everything. And one other thing I forgot to mention is that any of the paper apps with Transamerica, if you still have paper apps, most likely they are out of date because they stopped, accepting them from, I think, from 12/7 was the last date that you can, submit anything with any of the old paper apps. They have not released any of the new paper apps as far as I can tell. I was on their website over the weekend and this morning, but I'm expecting them to release them this week. So as soon as they do, we'll reach out to everybody and send a notification of where people can download the paper applications. But as you can see, the eApp is so much easier. It's going to process. Or the processing time is just going to be it's going to be pretty much instantaneous as opposed to doing the paper apps. I absolutely recommend doing the eApp. Unless there's your client doesn't have a computer or an email address or anything like that. But if you can, the eApp is definitely going to process the business so much quicker. All right. So very good. Again, so anybody who's a new agent, if you're not contracted with us here at Pinnacle, you can actually go right onto our website at pfsinsurance.com/services/contracting, and you can actually fill out our paper contract, or you can do contracting online. And we can get you set up with, like I said, any of the 130 plus carriers that we have here at Pinnacle. If you are already contracted with us here, all you got to do is just shoot us an email over at lifesales@pfsinsurance.com. Or give us a call at 800-772-6881, and you can request a contract, and we'll be more than happy to get you set up with that. So once again, my contact info here, 800-772-6881. My direct extension is 7705. My email address, again, is mbulger@pfsinsurance.com. Also, my colleague, Warren Redinger, he works on the final expense in life as well. Most of you, are familiar with Warren. You can certainly reach out to him as well. He can be reached at extension 7794, and his email address is wredinger@pfsinsurance.com. All right, I wanted to thank everyone so much for, again, taking the time to join us today. Lots of exciting stuff going on with Transamerica. Certainly feel free to give us a call if you have any questions or if you need us to walk you through anything. But yep, we hope you all have a great day and look forward to working with you. All right, take care, everyone.